while since I've done one of these videos, and I think that it's time for me to start again, because last time 2K, let me not say they used a lot of my ideas, let me just say coincidentally a lot of my ideas sounded like the ones that were new to the game. If I want to be a James Harden, I should be able to pick Slasher as my main archetype and then be able to pick Playmaker as my secondary. The next thing I wanted to talk about was t-shirts. I feel like they should let you use that upload feature to upload logos or, you know, clan logos, things like that, in order for you to make custom t-shirts for your clans, things like that, so you don't just have to wear basic t-shirts. There are 449 players in the NBA, and they all have different body types. None of them look the same. Every one of these players has something unique, except for these two guys right here. They're exactly the same. Buy one, get one free or something like that. But anyways, in the NBA, that is the case. So how come every single one of our My players has the same exact body type? No matter what I change, it always stays the exact same. I make him weigh the absolute minimum or the absolute most, and he stays the exact same way. Now, if this is your first time seeing those clips, then you guys are new to my videos, so that means that you probably should subscribe, because I think my videos are pretty good. And also, you might see that there's a lot of comments going on the screen. I do that. Those are from previous videos that and I haven't done that in a little bit, so I'm starting it back up today. If you want to be in the next video, comment, and maybe I'll use your comment. So I have new ideas for you guys, and obviously I want 2K to use my ideas, so I was pretty happy when they used the last ones, but they didn't really use them exactly like how I said. But maybe they weren't watching. Maybe it was a coincidence, but I don't know. Those seemed like, you know, some pretty crazy coincidence. And those were only 3 examples I used. I did a lot more videos, and they all ended up pretty much happening. So we'll take it for what it is. But anyways, I have another idea for you guys, and it's an archetype idea. Now, if you read the title of the video, you kind of already see where I'm going with this here. But last time I asked for dual archetypes, and you know, that was kind of cool to have it in this game, but then I realized that my players still aren't really complete, and it really won't be complete unless we're able to use all types of archetypes on one player. Now, here's the best way I thought it was to use it. Instead of having it be 50-50, or I feel as if, you know, primary and secondary is kind of like 55-45, or maybe even 60-40. And you know, I kind of said that in my last video, that the second one should be like that. But then I thought to myself, you should be able to pick your own percentages, like kind of like how this is set up right here. Now, if I wanted to make a Kevin Durant build, I would maybe do something like this. Or if I wanted to do a LeBron, but I'd do something like this. Curry right here. And maybe some people just want to do absolutely everything, and they do something like this. And for those of you guys who just want to be pure, you can even do something like that. Now, I feel like all of that stuff would make for the game to be better, because I don't know if you guys saw it, but it seemed as if almost everybody's My player was different. And that was because everything that you put in this year made a difference to your player, as opposed to last year where, yeah, the heights and weights were different, but for the most part your player was the exact same. So obviously, to continue that trend, I think that we should do a lot more inputs that would make people's players so much different. Now, obviously, if we were to do this and I was to put even 1% difference on one of these different archetypes, it would make the player completely different. So I find that kind of cool, and I think that 2K should allow us to do that. How the badge system should work is, I think if you have 20%, then the badges should be silver, and I think if you have 50%, then the badges should go to gold, and if you have 75 or more, then they should be able to go to amethyst. For those of you guys who didn't know what I meant by that, pretty much what I meant is you can see everything is at 20. If I switch sharpshooting from 20 to 21, and I put playmaking from 20 to 19, basically all your playmaking badges would go to silver. Your sharpshooting badge would stay the same, but your sharpshooting percentages would go up. So your 3-point shooting and stuff would go up higher. Does it make a difference of 1 point? Probably not, but you get what I'm saying. So everybody's My play would be different, even by just 1%. Now, obviously, if you put that into perspective, that makes it so pretty much you can only get one group of badges amethyst. Now, I think that's kind of fair. Now, obviously, I would want to be able to make every single badge amethyst if I could, but the game gets a little bit cheesy like that, and you know, 2K is not too fun where somebody can abuse the game. So you kind of have to put different gaps to make it so people can't cheat. But at the same time, it kind of ruins the game for the people who actually play the game fairly. I like the way that they made it so you can play Park, you can play My Career, and whatever to upgrade your player. I think that should stay the same. But I do have a lot of ideas for Park that I will put into a different video. Now, if you guys like these ideas that I put right here, I want you guys to comment, or if you guys don't like it, I want you to comment and why. Now, a lot of you guys do that already, so yeah, but for those of you guys who don't really comment, I want to hear your opinion today on what you guys think of this idea. I think that this idea will change the game for 2K. Once again, they did a good job of changing the game last year, but I feel like they didn't go all the way. They kind of just did a little bit and then just kind of stayed there with the whole playground situation. And I have a few ideas that, you know, just a few minor changes that I think will make a huge difference in next year's game. So 2K, if you are watching, keep using these ideas. If it was a coincidence, keep using these ideas.
I broke spirits that I never meant to. My body isn't much of a sacred temple. With vodka and wine and sleep at the opposite times. Promise shit is getting out of line like when you make a stencil. Or getting out of line like when you break a pencil. Violating the Treaty of Versailles. Champagne is the alias, but no cease and desist in I